Do humans actually have free will?
Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of our graphic textual analysis. Today, we have a mind-blowing topic lined up for you. Imagine this: what happens when modern AI, with its ultra-powerful computing abilities, goes head-to-head with Master Benny from the Buddhist Association of Australia. What kind of sparks would fly? That's right, today, we are taking you inside this incredible dialogue. I guarantee it will shatter your preconceptions. Let us dive straight into the core issue. So here is the question: do we humans actually have free will? Or are we just like puppets on a string, blindly pushed around from behind by so-called habits or karma? This is an age-old conundrum. Right, well, recently, Master Benny decided to take this massive philosophical question and test the hottest AI on the market, just to see if the supposedly omniscient super brain could give us the ultimate answer. Part E, the dialogue with AI. To test the AI, the master threw a dialogue record at it. The AI's response was, well, incredibly textbook. It claimed that humans don't actually have real control. We are all driven by karma and the afflictions of our subconscious mind, meaning we lack true freedom. It sounds quite plausible, doesn't it? But after reading it, the master's critique was direct. This is just nonsensical rubbish delivered with a straight face. The master's perspective is incredibly sharp. Humans possess absolute free will. Every single step you take is entirely your own choice. There is absolutely no middle ground. There is a highly ironic contrast here. Think about it: how long did it take the AI to process that huge chunk of text? Probably just a single second. Its speed is undeniably terrifying. But here lies the problem: even though it scanned every word in a second and cobbled together a bunch of high-sounding Buddhist terms, it completely failed to grasp the core of the issue. This is the fundamental difference between machine and human. True human wisdom, that deep, profound realization, requires time, slow focus, and deep reflection. Just because you compute fast doesn't mean you actually understand. Part R, what is the true meaning of intention, mind? Next, let's look at the second part. The master posed a lethal, soul-searching question: if you don't even understand what the word intention actually means, how can you debate free will? At this point, we have to marvel at the brilliance of Chinese characters. Look at the character. It is an ideogram. The very top is sand, the middle is the sun, and the very bottom is mind. What does this signify? The master explained that it means you are clearly and brightly establishing a sun upon your heart, which represents your goal, intent, or aspiration. In other words, true intention is, by definition, an incredibly clear choice made from the bottom of your heart. Once you understand this character, you will have an epiphany. While our intention was absolutely free right from the very beginning. Part 7, absolute freedom of choice. Since that's the case, let us move into part C, absolute freedom of choice, to explain how every single action we take is an active choice. The master gave a few highly vivid and perhaps slightly intense examples. Imagine this: a plate of cat poop is placed right in front of you, or a glass of frog juice, or a dead fish that had been rotting for an entire year, reeking to high heaven. The AI says we are pushed around by karma. Right, fine. When that plate of cat poop is sitting right in front of you, who decides whether or not to stuff it into their mouth and chew it slowly? It's you. The one who finds it utterly disgusting and fights tooth and nail to refuse to eat it is also you. Therefore, even if there is some underlying karma or habit, the ultimate decision to eat or not to eat is entirely your own active choice. No one can force you. If you don't believe it, look at your hands right now. Feel your posture as you watch this analysis, or even the tiniest expression on your face. The master pierced straight through to the truth: there is no mysterious force governing you. Your current gestures and posture are all chosen by you. This is the ironclad evidence of your free will in action right now. No one can bind your mind and intention. Part C, karma and the subconscious. Now, I know what you might be whispering to yourself: but sometimes my actions really are just subconscious reflexes. Doesn't that mean I'm controlled by my subconscious or my karma? The master said, stop playing word games. Let's look at it this way: think of an iceberg floating on the water. The part clearly above the water is what we call the conscious mind. The part hidden beneath the water, which reacts at lightning speed, is what we call the subconscious mind. But here is the catch: whether it is above the water or below the water, It is all your consciousness. Yes, it might be a habit accumulated from your past. But at that exact split second, the one making the decision is still your own mind. It is absolutely not some alien force flying in from outer space to control you. Then you might ask, the subconscious is so fast. I often can't hit the brakes in time and act on impulse. What should I do? The master gave a super down-to-earth, instantly applicable method. Set up a triple-check think thrice mechanism for yourself. It's very simple. Think thrice before you act. Think thrice before you speak. And think thrice before you do anything. By forcing yourself to use this pause button braking mechanism, we can catch those lightning-fast subconscious thoughts and see clearly where they are trying to take us. If, after thinking thrice, you realize, oh, this subconscious impulse is going to lead to a terrible outcome, what do you do? The master's answer is incredibly badass. He said that is when you exercise your free will. Ask yourself what you truly want to do. Drag that bad impulse out. Refuse to execute it. And grind it into the dirt. That is right, ruthlessly grind it into dust. This is the ultimate, most magnificent demonstration of human free will rising above our own habits. Part 2. Wisdom vs affliction. Finally, let's elevate the conversation to a higher level. If everyone possesses absolute free will, what is the actual difference between the Buddha and us ordinary folk? Here, the master cited a profoundly powerful line from the Shurangama Sutra. When the Tathagata presses a finger, the ocean seal radiates light the moment you raise a thought. Worldly afflictions arise first. The imagery here is striking. It means that even if the Buddha just gently presses a finger, a tiny movement like that, what is manifested is entirely pure, unpolluted wisdom. But what about us ordinary mortals? The moment we stir even a tiny thought, all kinds of worldly afflictions and delusions fly up like dust before we even do anything. So, do you see it now? The Buddhas and sentient beings hold the exact same key of absolute free will in their hands. The real difference lies not in whether you have freedom, but in the underlying logic behind the choices you make. The awakened Buddha makes choices based on clear, pristine wisdom, whereas ordinary people often make decisions based on afflictions, namely blind habits and karma. But no matter what you rely on, the person pressing the execution button is always you. Conclusion. It's all incredibly fascinating, isn't it? We have never been machines that can only run on pre-programmed code, blindly pushed forward by habit. So, while you finish watching this analysis, turn off your screen and return to your real life. I want to leave you with this ultimate question. Faced with the next fork in your life's road, are you going to let the inertia of your afflictions continue to lead you by the nose? Or are you going to pause for a moment, use your innate free will, make a conscious choice rooted in wisdom, grind those bad habits into dust, and fiercely take back the driver's seat of your life? Thank you all so much for watching today. See you next time.